Good morning. This is the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for January 29th, 2020. Looking at precipitation over the past week, you can see significant amounts. Areas in the green over a ½ inch to locally an inch, and that's across the northern mountains of Nevada, Utah, and into much of Idaho and western Wyoming. Lesser amounts to basically nothing as you head further south. On the right-hand side, you can see percent of normal, and again, as in the past couple of weeks, anywhere from 5 to 15% of normal precipitation areas in the dark red, which are our driest areas. Wettest areas in the purple, anywhere from 200 to 300% of normal precipitation. On the left-hand side, new snowfall. Areas in the enhanced yellow to orange, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow. Lighter amounts in the areas of blue, just anywhere from 1 to 4 inches. Snow cover on the ground. You can see it here on the right-hand side, covering much of the higher terrain, even middle terrain. Basically, most areas above 5,000 feet in the north and above 6,000 feet in the south do have snow cover currently on the ground. Exposed areas, again, further south and west. 1,000-hour fuels have moistened up quite a bit in the green areas. The driest in these yellow areas, southern Nevada, southern Utah, Arizona Strip, anywhere from 11 to 15%. Otherwise, most other areas, the heavy fuels are just a little too moist at this point to burn effectively. Looking at our weather map, weak low pressure trough pushing out of the eastern Great Basin. Got a ridge of high pressure building on it, but some more clouds also pushing into the Pacific Northwest. The high pressure ridge will kind of win out, as you'll see in our current weather maps, and give us a few days of dry weather. So as we go into later today, there's a high pressure ridge building in. You can see the dry tongue of air in these tannish colors through here. Kind of a northerly wind pattern through here. Good overall dispersion, still close enough to the departing low pressure trough. Areas in the white to yellow, excellent overall dispersion. You can see really good transport wind flow through here from the north, areas in the orange to purple shades. Good vertical mixing where you see areas in the green and yellow. Still some limitations on mixing heights across eastern Utah due to some of the cloud cover around. On Thursday, you still have a high pressure ridge building in, but the core of the high is offshore, so that you see the tight packing of these yellow height lines. It means that the northerly wind transport's pretty good. That's reflected in the overall dispersion index, which shows areas of white to yellow, areas of best dispersion. Northerly transport winds, enhanced colors in the dark green, orange to reddish shades. Mixing heights, anything in the green is basically over 1,500 feet of mixing. Areas in the yellow, basically over 3,000 vertical feet of mixing. Long-lasting inversions continuing in the purple. And on Friday, the high pressure ridge builds a bit more in. You see on the right-hand side, very little in the way of white. In terms of dispersion, many more areas in the red and purple. So there'll be some limitations on dispersion overall on Friday. You can see light mixing heights here on the left-hand side in many areas. Much greater areas of long-lasting inversions in these areas of blue or purple. The Utah Clearing Index, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, shows the best dispersion areas on Thursday across southwestern portions of the state. And 3-day precipitation basically from Wednesday morning through Saturday morning. Light amounts where you see areas in the green through here. Much of that will be in the form of light snow. Saturday, we're kind of in between systems of flat high pressure ridge building in. You can see northerly wind flow through here. There is a trough of low pressure starting to build in as we go into Sunday. And then into Monday, you can see this low deepens a little bit and could be producing some precipitation through the area. Ventilation dispersion overall increases. We see the same for Tuesday. Precipitation accumulation, days 4 and 5, basically light to moderate amounts. We see the areas of darker green. And the 8 to 14 day outlook below normal. Conditions expected across much of the Great Basin. And then the western Great Basin, however, should be drier than normal, near normal to slightly wetter than normal as you head further east. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day. Next briefing coming up this Friday.